Hello, everyone. Whoever is watching right now, I just want to say, as always, thank you for watching. I truly appreciate it. My voice is a little lower. I have my toddler's napping right now, so I'm not wanting to wake her. But there are just some things that was on my mind, and I figured I had to do this video before I left my mind. And those that know me know that I change my thoughts very quickly. Cancer moon here, so my thoughts are constantly changing and shifting and kind of all over the place. But I did take some notes, and there are things that I feel like a lot of society, a majority of people in society now, they always think that they're depressed. They're very quick to label themselves as being depressed or anxious, or you'll hear people laugh and say, I'm crazy, And a lot of times people think it's funny, they're just trying to be funny. I don't feel that. I think these people truly do think that they are crazy or depressed, and it doesn't help that a lot of doctors you go to now are very quick to label you. So there's a good possibility that you may not be depressed and you may not be crazy, that I wanted to talk about in this video, because there's just a good possibility you're not crazy, and you're not depressed. So before you're so quick to hop on Google and start researching your symptoms, I just want to talk about a few things that may or may not affect your life personally. So in this life that we're living, it is so demanding. Society now, it's very hard to live nowadays. Back in the day, it's kind of like you were just a mom, or you just worked, and that was it. It was like nothing else was expected of you other than to be a mom and to raise your kids, and they go out and play. And if you were the man, nothing else was expected of you other than to work. Now it's a totally different ballgame. Totally different. And I think people are so pressured now to live up to some kind of expectation, to feel like, according to society's standards, they are doing a good job. And based on how society treats them, or based on the reactions they get from other moms or other adults, or just from teachers, that is what will determine their own self-worth. That's what determines how they feel that day. If they do something extra for, say, their kids' class, and it doesn't get acknowledged, their mood may not be as pleasant as they thought it was going to be. And why? Not necessarily because they did that action because they genuinely wanted to, but because they did that action for their child's class in hopes of getting some kind of verbal reward from the teacher or other students, stuff like that. So back to society. And yes, I did take notes. I have a fucking binder here of notes because I'm so scatterbrained that I have to do that in order to follow along. Otherwise I'll end up rambling about a bunch of shit like I'm doing right now. So why you may or may not, I'm gonna say why you may not be crazy or depressed after all. So there are questions that we're constantly asking ourselves. And these questions are thanks to partially doctors and partially thanks to science. And I'm going to say thanks to social media. We're constantly, as human beings, questioning every single thing we do. As humans, we no longer know how to just do things just because we want to do them or just because it feels good. We question every single thing we do. Do we vaccinate our kids or not? Do we buy only organic or not? Do we go vegan or are we still a carnivore? Or there's so many things. Do we pay attention to artificial food colorings or not? Do we pay attention to artificial flavorings or not? Should I be a stay-at-home mom or should I work? Should I go to school or no? Should I go to college or no? Should I further my education? No. Should I go for that promotion or not? Should I buy a house or no? Should I buy a new car or no? Should I go home for the holidays or no? And a majority of the time, the reason why we are questioning so much of what we're asking is not necessarily because we don't know what we want, but a majority of times it's because we don't know how other people will react to whatever we choose to do. So think about that for a second. We have our Facebook account. Majority of us on Facebook. So many. That's not their authentic self. They won't post about the stresses that they're having with their kids. They won't post if, they're having trouble at work and in fear of getting laid off. They won't post about the F that their child got on the report card. They won't post about these things because it doesn't look appealing to other people. They want to post things so that it looks good to other people. We want to do things so that it looks good to other people, so that we look good to other people. We want to post things that make us look like we have our shit together, that make us seem like we have our lives together. Why do you think so many women will not go out of the house without makeup on or without, all of their accessories and dress to the nines? Because we want to feel like we are flawless. We want to feel like we are perfect, or we want to portray that we have our shit together. And I'm sorry, but not one fucking person on this earth has their shit together, regardless of how much makeup you wear or how much fake shit you're posting on social media. None of us can truly say we have our shit together. Even me, who I'm very spiritual, and I'm very about my yoga and meditation and stuff like that, I don't got my fucking shit together. My kids get home from school and it's like a fucking bomb went off in my house. Like, I'm not trying to be anything I'm not. I'll post about it on social media. I let people see. Because this is fucking life. This is real life. And I'm not out to impress anybody. So we have all of these questions. And we have these what ifs. So if I go vegan, what's everyone going to say? How's my spouse going to react? How's my family going to react? How are my coworkers going to react? If we all go out to dinner and there's maybe not much there other than maybe some steamed vegetables for me to eat, what am I going to do? How are they going to look at me? If I send my kid to school with a granola bar, what is the teacher going to think? What if there are other parents there helping out the class? That's another one. If I don't go to my kid's school to volunteer in the class, what are other people going to think? What's the teacher going to think of me? I'm a stay-at-home mom. Why can't I come volunteer in the class? If my kids don't do sports, what is everyone going to think of me? Am I supposed to be putting them in sports? Are they in too many sports? What does everyone else think? What's everyone else going to say? Who fucking cares? Who cares? It's simple as that. Who cares? Society cares. I know society cares. But you as a person don't need to care about what society thinks of you. It is not your business to know what everyone else's opinion of you is. So, let me flip the page here on my notes because I'm already rambling. So we get so overwhelmed with the thoughts in our mind and questioning whether we should do things or shouldn't, or whether we should go this route or that route, or this path or that path, or buy this house or not this one, or move here or move there, or stay home or not, go home with family or not. Like, we get so overwhelmed that we lose sight of what it is that we as individuals truly want. We get so caught up in the thoughts and the questions and the what ifs and trying to please everybody else that we have no fucking clue what we as individuals want. Or not even necessarily want, but what we as individuals need. What is good for us, what is good for our soul, not what's good for my mom, not what's good for my dad, not what's good for my boss, not what's good for nobody, not like, let me do this to make sure that they're proud of me, or I want them to be proud of me. No, you are not responsible for making anybody happy but yourself. That's it. You are not responsible for making anyone happy other than you. Not even your kids. It is not your job to make your kids happy. Lord knows your kids, if they're like mine, are very fucking entitled. They have everything possible, and as soon as it's time to do chores, they act like I'm asking them to amputate their left fucking leg. That's not my job to tell them then, okay, then you don't have to do chores because I want you to be happy. No. They choose to react that way so they could sit in their reactions. It's not my fucking job to make them happy. No. Just like it is not your job to make your parents happy. It's not your job to make your boss happy. Nothing. It's your job to make you happy. You. So, let me see here. Then, just like the whole, it doesn't matter if you're Christian or not, so let me say that. I don't give a shit if you believe in God or if you're an atheist. I don't care. That's not the point of this. But in the Bible, only God can judge me. Only God can judge me. If you're atheist, we're going to alter that a little bit. No one can judge me. So if you're a Christian, I want you to say it again to yourself. Only God can judge me. Even that is a topic for another day, because even that I feel like God is unconditional love, right? I don't really think God's going to judge you either. But regardless, that's, like I said, a topic for a different day. Even if you're atheist, no one can judge me. Tell yourself that as many times as you feel you have to until you start believing it. No one can judge me. And if they do, that is their choice. And it is not your responsibility to change their perception of you. It's not. It is not your responsibility to make them like you. It is not your responsibility to make them happy. This is where we go wrong. And this is why so much of society thinks they're depressed or they're crazy, because they have no fucking clue what they want as an individual or what they need as an individual, because they're so worried about doing shit for other people. Yes, we don't want to be selfish. It's good to do things for other people because we are all connected, yes. But don't ever lose sight of what you need to do for you. So if that means not going home to see family for the holidays because you know it's emotionally draining for you, don't do it. If that means you're not buying organic vegetables or fruits and you're sending your kid to school with a fucking granola bar, who cares? When your child is older, they'll have the lifestyle that they choose to live and they can make the decisions that they want. But for right now, if you can't afford organic, or if you can't afford or you don't have the time to make some fucking homemade vegan granola bars, then who fucking cares? Then send them to school with their damn granola bar that came out of a box. You do what is best for you, not for anybody else. Yes, of course, we want to be mindful and make healthy decisions for our kids and for their well-being. Yes. I'm not saying, send them to school with fucking Kool-Aid and, a shit ton of lollipops and candy and stuff like that. I'm not at all promoting that whatsoever. But I'm just saying, you do what you feel works for you. So, before you get on Google and you start researching, am I depressed? Am I crazy? My moods are constantly changing. Why? Before you go run into the doctors thinking that you're depressed, reevaluate your life. Check first to make sure that you're not, in fact, neglecting yourself for other people. Because there's a good possibility those people that you're neglecting yourself for, they're not going to neglect themselves for you. That's just the truth. And I only know that because I've learned that lesson. I'm a Leo. I'm very generous. I love to give and give and give and give. And if I could just give everything that I have, I would. And that's great. But life is about balance. And you can't keep giving to people that are not giving you back. Otherwise, you're going to be out of balance. You're going to be completely depleted with doing everything for other people that you yourself as an individual are lost. And that does not mean you're depressed. That is not anything that a medication or pill is going to fix. That is reevaluating your life. Determining what can stay and what needs to go. And whatever does not feel good to you, and whoever does not feel good for you, whoever calls you or tries to text you or something, and you genuinely do not feel good speaking to them, don't do it. Learn to say no. And without explaining yourself, just say no. And if they question why, do like I tell my kids, and most parents probably, because I said so. Because I don't need to explain myself. I'm here to live my life for me, just as you are here to live your life for you. Who the fuck cares what everybody else thinks of us? Who cares what everybody else's opinion of us is? As long as you love yourself, that's all that matters. That's it. Nothing else. So, I think I covered everything. Yep, I think I covered everything. So thank you guys for watching. Just take a minute for yourself. If you're a stay-at-home mom, don't do those fucking dishes. Don't vacuum. Don't start cooking. If the kids are fine, do what works for you. And if that means you want to turn on some fun music and start dancing, then you do that. If you want to blast some fucking Christmas music and start decorating, do it. Whatever you want to do it. For you. That's all I got for today. You guys enjoy the rest of your day.